says. Retired Admiral Mark Montgomery back with us here tonight. So too is Ryan Peterson, CEO of Flexport. Ryan, Admiral, hello. Thank you both for joining. Admiral, let me start with you. The supreme leader in Iran. I can't say we heard from him today because we didn't see him. There was a statement that was put out, and there's these negotiations that are set to take place in, 48 hours or so. Who are we negotiating with? What's sort of the lay of the land tonight as you understand it?
I think no matter what his medical condition is, we're really negotiating with the IRGC senior leadership, right? I mean, he's the front man to the degree that he's conscious. He's the front man for the group. And, this is the group we have decimated. The Israelis have killed a lot of their leaders, but they had a lot of leaders and they had retired leaders who've come back. So we're negotiating with the hardest line elements of Iranian leadership. And so this is going to be tough. It's going to take a level of persistence and hardline attitude by J.D. Vance that his negotiating team, Witkoff and Kushner, have never shown towards Russia.
What's the status of the Strait tonight, Admiral? Because we just had that post from the president. And as we understand it, the sites that sort of track this thing basically say there have been a handful of ships today, one of them involving oil.
Yeah, it's effectively closed, right? If your normal flow is 100 VLCCs and larger vessels, and your actual number through is 3 or 4 each day, that's effectively closed. And there's no doubt that Iran is trying to figure out how to implement a trafficking regime, a toll regime, so that they can collect it illegally, mind you, in an international strait, collect fees to allow people to conduct what is effectively innocent passage through the straits.
Ryan, CEO of Flexport. Flexport, if you don't know, basically one of the biggest around the world that deals with shipping and logistics and all this stuff. What are you hearing tonight, Ryan, and what are you seeing as it relates to the Strait and the companies that you deal with?
Yeah, as the Admiral said, it's effectively closed. The major container shipping lines have all said, despite the ceasefire, that they don't feel comfortable returning through. And in some degree, it's out of their control. It sits largely with the insurance companies who are not willing to insure at this point in time. And so you're still seeing, if you are shipping cargo, Jebel Ali is the 9th largest port in the world in Dubai. If you are shipping cargo there, basically companies have set up land bridges, as a fancy way to say a truck service that goes over from either from Oman or from Saudi Arabia to bring cargo in. So it is possible to move cargo, container ship cargo in there, but not via the Strait as of now.
So is it, Ryan, there's this major diplomatic back and forth that's going on right now involving the Strait. But as you said it, and I heard it last night on the show as well, at the end of the day, this could come down to the shipping companies and whether or not they just feel safe to go through. When do you think that might be the case? And for folks home, across America tonight, watching us on NewsNation or listening on Sirius XM, what does it mean for prices, back here at home, whether it be oil or elsewhere?
Yeah, well, for the first question, it's very hard to say. The Iran and Iraq had a war in the 1980s where the Strait never closed, despite many ships being hit, and there was some degree of risk that the shipping companies, just started to accept. And I think over 400 sailors died in that not armed sailors, civilian sailors on these ships. And yet the world has changed quite a bit since then. Drones and missile technology is far different. There's mines. So I think the level of risk is way beyond what these companies are willing to accept. What happens to prices? I mean, as of right now, is 20% of the world's oil is cut off. You start to see shortages. The United States is better off than most of the world. We produce our own oil. We're a net exporter of oil and of food and fertilizer. So we're relative to the rest of the world, in a good place. I think we're going to see real problems is in Southeast Asia. We're already starting to see airlines in Southeast Asia having to cut back on flights because there's just not enough jet fuel. And that situation is only going to get worse as this continues. So,
can you explain how Iran's able to impose tolls? We with our military there in the region.
Only if we let them. I mean, that's a choice. And, the president's initial response on this wasn't fantastic. Since then, the administration's corrected and made it clear we're not going to be part of tolls. By the way, Oman caught it right away. Oman said that's not going to happen. The problem with tolls here, by the way, would be Straits of Malacca, Straits of Bab el-Mandeb, Straits of the Mediterranean. You suddenly would have tolls everywhere, and that would be very bad for business. So this is a principle we need to stand hard on. And so we've got to stop it. Look, will there be desperate people who pay a toll to get through? Yes, but those are pretty small numbers. You showed 6 ships today, 3 of which probably didn't have to pay a toll. We've got to keep that number low. And I think that for the same reason, the shipping and insurance companies are not going to want a precedent set of pay by toll, pay by passage.
Ryan, I'll give you the last word here.
Yeah, I mean, this goes back to the founding of the U.S. Navy, is that we didn't put up with that stuff when the Barbary pirates are starting to, take prisoners, and terrorists are always, negotiating with terrorists is a slippery slope. So I think it's above my pay grade. I'm thankful for like the Admiral here put their lives on the line to do this for us.
We'll leave it there. Ryan Peterson with Flexport, Admiral Montgomery traveling, but with us this evening. Gentlemen, appreciate you both, by the way.